Hello and good morning, Sunita. Good to see you again.
You remember me? Good morning, ma'am.
Of course, of course I do. It was soon after I started off on EnglishYaari, I think.
Hmm. Yes, yes. It has been a long time, but yes, yesterday I was checking tutors list actually, and there I came across your profile, and suddenly I realized that we had a conversation a long time ago, and that
Yes,
was really very nice conversation. So I
yes.
thought to have one more.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how have you been, Sunita?
I've been great. I've been consistently practicing, taking sessions. So yes.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. You're very popular on the teaching platform, I would say, the learning platform. So,
Uh-huh.
Sunita, yeah, so yes, I would say a name to reckon with among the YouTubers. So good, good
Good
that
to
you
hear
have,
that.
yes, good that you have had that achievement, that you were able to achieve that in such a
Mhm.
short span of time also.
Yes, yes. And it's just
Yes,
because of the consistency. Like, I
obviously,
don't consider myself as someone great or like I've done something great, but yes, consistency was the thing.
exactly,
That's the secret.
exactly. Yeah, and that is needed also, I think, Sunita, right? To keep updating yourself, make you a
Yes.
better, a person, whether your language or your mannerisms, whatever it is. So I think yes, that's wonderful. So, what else? Do you have to tell me something exciting that's happened to you recently, which you'd like to share?
Hmm. Okay. The only excitement that happened to me recently was my 50K subscribers.
Lovely,
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, that's a lovely
Mhm.
feat. Okay, all right. When was it?
I think it's been a couple of weeks.
All right.
Mm.
Okay, great, great. Have you ventured out into something different, Sunita, or is it as usual? Are you doing the rounds with the tutors and other co-learners? So
Mhm.
initially, I think you started off in that manner, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So have you
In
branched out now?
August, yes, in August this year, we started a WhatsApp group, not just one WhatsApp group, but three paid WhatsApp groups. So we are imparting our knowledge there with other learners, beginners, intermediates. So yes, that is also going amazing. People are really getting benefited of it. At the same time, we are also getting a lot of advantage because they also help us become a better teacher. So yes,
Right. So
doing
in
great.
this WhatsApp group, you got it. It's all registered learners, or anybody can join.
Anybody can join with a nominal fee of rupees 500 per month.
All right. Okay, fine. Okay. And do you have a set of timings for it? A specific set of timings when you do it?
When it comes to practice with other co-learners, they can practice anytime in the day. And we also meet them 4 times a week. So for that, we decide timings and we let them know in advance. Accordingly, they join us on Google Meet.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good to hear that.
Mhm.
Okay. So I thought I would start off with one activity, three
Okay.
question activity. Okay, just a
All
small
right.
activity. Okay, we'll start off with three wishes. Three wishes you want to make that will change your world.
Mm-hmm. Three wishes. Um, yes, I think that first wish would be I want to be a great communicator, just like Palki Sharma, so that can completely
Yes,
transform my life. So that's one wish because I want to speak in a flow. I don't want to get stuck in the middle of conversation. I feel that I'm really good at expressing my thoughts, but sometimes I'm not able to gather my thoughts in a clear way,
right,
right?
right.
So
To
there I get
organize it,
stuck.
you mean? To
Hmm.
organize your thoughts.
Yes, sometimes it happens that we get random topics and then we have to speak spontaneously, but you might not know a lot about that topic, so you get stuck.
Right,
Right? So I want to
right.
gain more and more knowledge with time.
All right,
That's for first wish to speak like
right.
Palki Sharma.
Okay,
Sec-
okay.
Second wish is to earn in lakhs,
Yes,
right? So that you don't have to think before spending, right?
right. Okay,
Uh,
okay.
and I
So
think
give
it
in to
will
your
come
wish.
with
Yeah.
communication skills.
Right,
It's a
right.
byproduct, you know?
Yes, yes.
Right.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
third wish is somehow related to me only, but I want my kids to be very mannerful, right? So it's
Okay.
somehow related to me only because when they will be showing etiquettes and they will be well mannered, so that would be a proud thing for me.
Moment of pride, a moment of pride for you.
Yes, a moment of
All
pride for
right.
me. Hmm.
Okay. All right. So three things done? Yeah. Earn
Yes.
money? Yes. Okay. Three habits of yours that you detest and you want to change.
Three habits. I procrastinate a lot, but I've been working on this ever since I started this YouTube. I procrastinate every single day, right? But it's just that with that determination, like every day I tell myself,
Yes.
no, this day has to be productive. So I plan my day and then I go forward with it. But still, I slip back to procrastination sometimes, especially in winters, actually, because you feel sluggish and you want
Yes.
to snuggle in your blanket
You
all
want
day
to
long.
snuggle up in a blanket. Yes. Yeah. You don't want to step out of that comfort. Hmm.
Right. So
Okay.
that's one thing I want to beat procrastination, and I've been working on this. Second thing, I do everything in the nick of time, like at the
Hmm.
last moment.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's something I've inherited from my parents, actually. My father was the same way.
Really, I think you told me your father was in the army, right? Because I remember we said you told me how you kept getting transfers and you were exposed to a lot of cultures. Yeah. So I
Mhm.
would say that normally people in the army, the armed forces are, they plan everything. They lead a
Right.
very disciplined, very organized kind of a, uh,
Uh-huh.
life, right? Okay.
But
Okay.
it's a misconception because
Yes, yes,
we can
yes. I get it.
generalize this,
Yeah.
right? So this is
Yes.
something I have noticed in my father too, and
All
that's
right.
why I say that I've inherited from him, and I blame him for this.
So you're the cause.
Right. So I'll simply relax throughout my day, and at the last moment, if I have to go somewhere, I'll rush at the last moment. If last 5 minutes would be a
Yes,
complete chaos for me. And I do this every time I have to do something, like I have to take calls or maybe I have to go somewhere. So everything at the last moment. Even when it comes to my kids, also, I have to get them dressed every day for school. So
yes,
I'll
yes.
just do everything very casually, since the time I wake up. So I'll do everything very casually. And at the last moment, when it's 10 to 15 minutes are left, then I'll rush and I'll make them also rush. So that's my
Okay,
problem.
okay,
I want to
okay. All
solve
right.
this. Hmm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Third, I am very easygoing person actually. Like even
Mm-hmm.
if something happens in my life, I just let it go. I think it's good, but sometimes it's not because then people take you for granted
Take
that
you for granted.
nothing affects
Right.
her.
Yes, yes,
This
yes.
one thing I think in some cases I need to show concern that yes,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
am actually getting affected by it, and you should not do this or that like that, right? I have to show
Yes.
my concerns there. And
Yes.
other times I can be easygoing as usual.
Mm. You're right. When you're too easygoing, I think people take you for granted. They walk roughshod over you. They think they
Mhm.
can do anything with you, and you take it. You
Right,
you will
right.
accept it that you're not going to retaliate. Yes. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Three foods to die for.
Three foods to die for.
Yes.
Jalebi.
So you have a
Uh,
sweet tooth? Do you have a
yes,
sweet tooth?
yes,
Hmm.
I have a
Hmm.
sweet tooth, and I can have
Mm-hmm.
jalebis like one after another. I can have half a kilo of jalebi at a time
Same here.
without any
Good to
regret.
see somebody who's like that too. Yeah, and especially Indian sweets. The ones made out of ghee. Something I can't
Mhm.
resist. Yes. Okay.
Right, right. It tastes incredibly delicious, actually. You
Yes.
can't
Yes.
resist having it.
Right. I'm not one
Right.
for chocolates. That's what I'm saying. Like I have a really large sweet tooth, I would say. But then chocolates don't come. I'm not really very fascinated by chocolate. As in, if I see chocolates in a counter, my hands don't reach out for it. On the
Mhm.
contrary, I just have to see a laddu or a jalebi or any of those Indian sweets from far away, and
Mhm.
I will give myself n number of reasons to buy it. Like, oh, somebody may come
Same.
home and I may need it.
Right. Same here, same here. I'm not also very fascinated about chocolates. There are
Yes.
varieties of chocolates in the market,
Yes,
but still I
yes.
don't get that desire to have
Sweet, right, right, right. That craving is only for the Indian sweets.
them.
Okay.
Right.
Then.
So first one is jalebi. Second
Mm-hmm.
one are local dishes actually, our local
Okay.
cuisines here. So anything
Mm-hmm.
or everything that is we cook here, like dals, our local
Okay.
dals, right?
Okay.
Because the recipes are totally different and the taste is also completely different from other dishes we
All
have
right.
on usual days, right?
All
So
right.
this is something I really crave for to have in winters, especially.
Okay. Okay.
And third thing, there is one sweet in
Huh.
Uttarakhand that's called bal mithai. So that
Bal
is
mithai.
also, yes, that is also
Huh.
prepared in ghee.
Okay. But what do you
Mm.
use? Like prepare in ghee as in what are the ingredients that go into making it? Is it besan or is it rice
Mhm.
flour or is it
I'm not really sure, but it tastes like
okay.
chocolate. It tastes like
Okay.
chocolate, and it
Oh, you
is
mean something hard, something you can cut and
something.
eat.
Right, right, right.
Okay. Okay, not like
So,
cheese. Not like cheese.
not like ghee. No, no, no. It's
Mm-hmm. Okay.
prepared in ghee, and it
Huh.
appears like chocolate only.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
they have some uh, like small balls sprinkled over
Huh.
it, and then they
Huh.
get glued to the chocolate piece, like the sweet piece.
The sweet. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So that's something very specific to Uttarakhand.
Yes, it is specific to Uttarakhand. It's a famous sweet here, and I think people across the country know about it.
All right.
It's very
Okay.
famous.
Okay. So three things done, right?
Yes.
Okay. Last question for you. What are the three words that you most love to use? You find yourself using three words.
hmm Okay. I want to use or I find myself using.
You find yourself using, or you like
hmm
whatever it is. You like using, or you find yourself using it because you like it.
hmm
Because you like it a lot.
Okay. Not
Not like a
words.
filler. Not like a filler. Not
hmm
like a filler, but something you are so fascinated by the word that you find yourself using it
hmm
inevitably.
Okay. Can I tell you some words that I want to use?
Please do. No issues. Please do. It still
Okay.
tells about how much you love the word. Yes,
Uh-huh.
you could. You could. Yeah.
Okay, so recently I've learned a few words. It's not a word, but it's an
Phrase.
expression like no
Okay.
brainer, no brainer.
Okay.
It's a no
Okay.
brainer.
Enlighten me about it. It's a no-brainer. What does it
Hmm.
mean?
It means
I
that you
haven't
don't
come
have to
across that.
think about it. It's a no brainer for you.
Okay. Okay. That means it's not something you need to struggle to find an
Uh,
explanation. It's at
right,
the tip
right.
of your fingers, maybe.
Right. If you have
No-brainer.
jalebis in front of you, it's a no brainer for me. I
Oh, really?
will
You
have
can
to
use
have
it that way.
it. Like I don't have to
All right.
think about eating it.
Okay.
Right? It's a no
Okay.
brainer for me.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's a good
Right?
one. Okay. Then that's a
And
new learning for me.
right. And the second one is it's non-negotiable.
Yes.
Non-negotiable.
Yes.
Something that you can't
You
compromise
cannot
on.
kind of yes,
Right.
uncompromised.
Something is
Right.
fixed, must, so that's
Right.
non-negotiable.
Right. Right.
Third, mm, let me think. Zone out. Zone out.
Okay.
When you get
Okay.
bored or when you get completely carried away. So that time we can say zone out.
Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Three words. How much of importance do you give to vocabulary, Sunita?
hmm I give a lot of importance to basic vocabulary or natural
Yes.
vocabulary, I would say.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
really into advanced vocabulary words. Plus, I remember when I had my first session with you that time, you spoke one line that everything will take its own course of action. So I
Yes.
remember that. You just used it once and it was stuck in
Okay.
my mind, and I used it many times in my conversation.
Right.
So
Right.
there is
Right.
this one thing like I don't want people to feed me vocabulary, like this is the word, this is
Right.
the meaning,
Right.
and use
Hmm.
it, make sentences.
Hmm.
But when people
Hmm.
use it in context, that's why I love English Yari or meeting
Right.
experts because they
Right.
use sentences or words in context, and I automatically pick them
Pick up from
and
there,
start
those that
using
interest you.
them.
You're right. You're right.
Right.
Otherwise, I think, like you said, when you do vocab as vocab, then I think it sounds very unnatural sometimes. And some people, you don't use it in the proper context. It
Mhm.
actually sounds very unnatural. It doesn't suit the situation sometimes. So it
Hmm.
doesn't really look like that person is well spoken. On the
And I'm
contrary, like you said, if it's
mhm.
something that you use, like, comes to you naturally, then
Yes.
yes.
Right, right. And for me, like for a person like me who is not really interested in advanced words,
Right.
so I really get disinterested when people teach me advanced
Use.
vocabulary words because I'm
Exactly.
not fascinated about it. So
Right.
I would pick up vocabulary words as per my interest, and I'll do it
Right.
naturally. So
Right.
yes, I look forward to it whenever I take sessions with experts.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, Sunita. So, shall we go to today's topic? It's about culture shock. Can we discuss
Yes.
it? I'd like to hear your inputs on those questions there.
Hmm.
Okay. So, how would you describe your culture shock? What does culture shock mean to you?
Mhm. So, when you get to know about something surprising about somebody's culture, so that time you get really surprised, shocked, or confused. So, that's a cultural shock. Hmm.
Right, right. So will you say that you have got culture shock any time in your life? Have you always
Mhm.
stayed in Uttarakhand, Sunita? But you told me you traveled a lot, right? In the
Hmm.
past. In the
Hmm.
past. That was in a time when I think then when we are young, there's nothing like culture shock because I think we
Hmm.
learn fast, right? As
Yes, yes.
we're very impressionable. So as children,
Mhm.
we're very impressionable. As in we learn quickly, we adapt very quickly. So at that time, I think there's nothing like culture shock. There's more excitement when we see a new face a new situation.
Mhm.
Whereas if after we grow up, okay, now we are aware of our culture, how the way we behave, the kind of mannerisms we have, and then when we come across something new, I think
Mhm.
that would be culture shock. So when have you felt
Hmm.
like that, Sunita? When did
Mhm.
you get a culture shock?
Okay. Like for me, like one more thing I want to mention here, and you also let me know what do you think about it. I
Yes.
think cultural shock is directly proportional to people who are curious. Like if somebody is not curious, they are not going to feel surprised or shocked when they come to know about any difference in culture or whatever people are doing, right? So it's somehow related to curiosity.
Uh, can we say curiosity? Now, for example, now, sometimes like we are used to say, as Indians, we are used to a different way of life, right? Like when you look at the moral side of things, we are brought up in such a way. There's lots of wrongs, rights and wrongs. Too many questions of rights and wrongs. Whereas when we go abroad, we go to a Western country, for them, there's nothing like right and wrong there. No,
Mhm.
I would say more than curious. I wouldn't say I'm curious about their life, but yes, certain things that they do would certainly be a culture shock for me because
Hmm.
this is not something I have seen back
Hmm.
home.
Okay. Hmm.
Hmm. So yeah,
Right.
but I think you have a point there, like when you're curious to know about it. But I would say that when you go and you see something that is directly opposite, in
Mhm.
contrast to something that you are used to, that could be
Mhm.
a culture shock.
Right. So it's not
Like for example, if
about.
I go to certain, I have heard that in certain northeastern states, I'm not sure, I've just heard, okay, I'm not sure how true it is. They eat, they relish dog meat. So that
Mhm.
could be a culture shock for me because I
Right.
never in
Mm.
my wildest dreams can I even imagine that somebody could have it. Right? Now, if
Mhm.
I go there and if I actually see someone having dog meat, that would
Mhm.
be culture shock for me. Or even
Yes.
eating snakes.
Mm.
No, no. So, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what was your moment of culture shock in any case?
Hmm. So I can talk about my own culture because when I shifted to my village, so after after that, I came across many cultural shocks in my own culture, let alone in others. Actually, before that, also I had gone through many cultural shocks because I've been to many states in India. Like when I moved to Delhi, that time also I got a little cultural shock when I got to know that the life in Delhi is so fast paced, so that was one culture
Right.
shock that I got there. And when I shifted to my village, here, I come from Uttarakhand, and Uttarakhand is also known as land of gods for a reason. For a reason, definitely.
Okay.
So we have
Okay. Okay.
temples in every nook and corner here, and
Okay.
different villages have different cultures. So it's not like what we are following, what customs we are following, what rituals we are practicing is followed by other villages also nearby. They have different
Okay.
customs, different cultures. So, like, I go through many cultural shocks. If I talk about one, then people believe their local deities enter human body and they speak
Yes.
to them. Have you heard
Yes.
of this?
Of course. This is
Uh-huh.
very predominant in Kerala.
Okay.
In fact, the latest movie Kantara. Have you watched Kantara?
No, no, I haven't watched.
Well, this is something like that. You should watch it. Because
Okay.
this is something like it is something like that. Yes, we do have that concept back in Kerala also, where
Mm-hmm.
we believe that during when we are having one of those rituals, okay, some kind of a like in a temple, okay. So there's some ritual happen at which point of time this person, the person who we call it the thayam, okay. A thayam is a kind of an art form
Mm-hmm.
where like Kathakali, you must have heard of Kathakali,
Yes.
right? So similar to that, we have certain the art forms called the Theyyam, wherein each one a person dresses up or embodies a certain deity. It could be Hanuman, it could
Right.
be Devi,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it could be some other god. It's
Mm-hmm.
usually Shiva, Hanuman, and so, Sri Ram and Lord Sita, goddess Sita. So when they embody that, they dress up in those, the traditional
Mm-hmm.
art forms, and then after some time they go into a trance.
Mm-hmm.
They go into a trance and they start speaking, and
Mm-hmm.
the devotees believe that it is Lord Hanuman
Right.
speaking, Lord Shiva
Right.
speaking, Lord
Uh-huh.
Devi speaking, and it is such a, it's such a. Sometimes they tell you things that gives you goosebumps.
Hmm. Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
That's
And even when you see them dancing
amazing.
and shaking, that also gives you goosebumps.
Yes, yes, it does. Yes,
Uh-huh.
it does. I believe in it and I love it. I love the themes in Kerala, and during a certain time of the year, they
Mm-hmm.
are very, like, I think it starts towards end of December, yeah, December, Jan, Feb, March, April. Those are the
Mm-hmm.
years in which it starts. And then at every temple, at least in my part where I come from, that is Kannur, we are known as the land of fame. You
Hmm.
have these art forms, yes. That
Mm-hmm.
also could be a culture shock for some people,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I had a friend of mine who came from Bangalore. She came to attend one of these sayums, and in that, Sunita, there is one particular god, uh, uh, one kind of a thayam which embodies a god. In that, this, what this thing does? It eats a hen. It bites the hen on its neck and tears it apart with its teeth. It's very gory. That's the first time in my life I've seen it. I was
Mm-hmm.
shocked because
Hmm.
I'd only heard about it, right?
Right.
But
Right.
I'm saying these such things do happen. Now that
Right.
I think is a perfect example of culture shock.
Hmm.
How
Right.
could you do it? It's so barbaric, biting and tearing, a live hen with your teeth, killing it. So that's, I would
Definitely,
say that
it's
is.
shocking. Yes. But there
Yes,
is definitely a similarity between our culture, a little bit of similarity. And people outside might find it spooky, mysterious because they don't know about it.
definitely,
I have seen
definitely.
that people make fun of our culture on social media because they don't
Hmm.
really know the core values or the core reason they perform this way and how does this happen and everything about it. They don't know about it. So they make fun of it, that another baba in the town and all that.
Right, right, right.
It really hurts, but what to do? Like they have no idea about it and they want to create a content, they want to hook attention of people, so that way they are doing it and making business
Right,
out of it. So
right,
let them
right,
be.
right. So, have you had an experience like that, Sunita, wherein you met one of these people who went into a trance, like you said, they start speaking. It's like the god enters their body and makes them say things to the people, to the devotees. Have you
Mm-hmm.
experienced it firsthand, or
I
you've just heard about it?
Actually, I go to these settings like whenever this ritual happens, I go there, but I get really scared and I maintain a distance actually. I would hide somewhere and then I would see, right? Because I really get
Yes,
scared. It gives me
yes,
goosebumps actually.
yes, it does.
And
It is very scary sometimes, because their faces are painted, at least the ones in Kerala, they
mhm,
are painted and it's beautiful, the way they, but sometimes it's very scary, especially when you come up close and you face them,
mhm,
encounter that face, you go
mhm,
like dumbstruck, your words fail you, you're at a loss for words. You
mhm,
actually start stammering and stuttering. You never want to ask them anything. All the
uh-huh.
same, it puts the fear in you. Because
Hmm.
I don't know, you really become overwhelmed looking at that.
Right.
figure there in front of you.
Right. Yes. And I feel like, how should I act or what should I do
Yes.
if they do something? You never know. You are always puzzled.
Yeah, at the back of your mind, you're like, hello, this is a human being after all.
Uh,
And then what
uh,
are you doing? You're bowing down to them,
uh,
you're touching their feet and treating them
right.
like they're the goddess
Mm,
themselves. But yes, somewhere, when we reach there, we lose our bearings, I think, and you
mm,
kind of just accept that, yes, it could be true. Or maybe
mm,
this is a part of our culture. This is what we've grown up listening to. So we do believe in it. Though if you look at it, people are very logical and say there's nothing like this. Nobody can go into a
mhm,
trance. God
mm,
can't enter you. Those kind
mhm,
of a thing. But
mm,
I think it's a lovely experience.
I'm always skeptical about it. Like, I don't believe it completely, but yes, I
Right.
respect them. Yes, but I
Exactly.
don't believe it completely because I don't know, like,
Right. Like
the
you said,
roots of it.
skeptical is a perfect word to use. You do believe it, but then you're not going to defend it and say, no, this is right or there's nothing wrong in it. No. But in your mind, yes, you'd like to believe it. Maybe
Hmm.
because this is something that's been going on for generations, something
Yes.
that's happened for so long. It cannot be something false. There cannot be anything
Yes.
fake about